Hi, I'm Jehan Bastians and I function as the head of sales and solutioning for SP Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dinesh Wijesinghe. I'm functioning as the head of technical at SP Solutions Private Limited.
We are a company that provides workflow, document management and decision support systems on an integrated platform.
I have been in this industry over 15 years.
So what makes us unique is the fact that we provide total integrated solutions using the workflow, using document management and decision support.
My key ability to understand in the customer requirement and convert the requirement into software that useful for the end users.
And in the end, what we add is we give clients the ability to view their processes, have their processes transparent and manage their processes better in order to deliver good service levels to their clients.
From the Cubicle.
What was your first big breakthrough in the industry?
Okay, so I got into the ICT industry in 1999 when I joined Suntel, and that was my first exposure to technology and technology solutions for clients. Thereafter, I wrote this specification for a software solution and I set up this company to build it, and that is the company I work for now called Strategic Partnership Solutions. We provide workflow and document management solutions to customers. Our big break in software was probably when Standard Chartered Bank in Colombo agreed to take on one of our solutions as a trial. And we've taken it from there. Today we work with 4 banks, several insurance companies and many Colombo blue chips in providing them solutions which include workflows, document management and decision support.
Right. I got into the industry while I doing my degree program. I started my career as a software support technician, and the big breakthrough of my career is I found Jehan while I working with this particular company, and so I start with career work with Jehan, and now around like 15 years I work with him.
What do you think is the next major trend in your industry?
Okay, so when it comes to workflows, today AI, automation, machine learning, data sciences are the in things, they are the watchwords. And I think the new thing would be workflows that include bots, that include certain machine learning, that actually automate certain functions on behalf of users, so that users have basically a more overwatched role than an actual role of performing things like data entry, maybe even data correction. All of that will then slowly get automated within a business process. That is probably what I see as a new thing in the technology and the industry that we are in, industry space that we are in.
Yes, I agree with Jehan. As Jehan mentioned, in future there are a lot of AI parts coming into the play. So AI like data science, machine learning activities, a little bit of bot that will eliminate the user activities from the system. So those are the things that will come in the future.
What are the most important qualities you need to survive in the industry?
I would say from my perspective, because I create the solutions or I design the solutions, I think you need to be A, innovative in how you think, B, you need to understand the customer's pain points and his problems, and C, you need to be able to work within the framework of technology limitations. Technology has limitations and you've got to work within that framework to try and give your client the best possible solution that he is looking for and that will address his pain points and his business issues.
So I would say even we are in a technical background, technical industry, the common sense make a little bit part of this industry, because a lot of guys know the technical, they are coming through the technical background, but they don't have common sense and they don't have the business knowledge to implement, develop a software that work for users or customers.
How do you address negative feedback regarding your company or client?
Negative feedback about our company and our product from clients, in our case, well, you've got to listen to the negative feedback. Sometimes it is reasonable and on point. Sometimes maybe negativity comes through a lack of understanding of the solution you're trying to deliver, or misunderstanding with regard to requirements. Because in Sri Lanka especially, you find that until people finally get the system and they start playing with it, they don't fully comprehend what they sign off in a URS or a user requirement specification document. So it's part and parcel of the industry. You've got to take it. You've got to be supportive. You've got to play a consultative type of role with clients to help them to also see the value they can add for themselves in using your product. That's how I view it.
Negative comments, even basically I like whatever negative comments coming through whoever, because that will inspire me to work more.
From the Cubicle.
What do you find unique about your career field?
Okay, so as I have mentioned, we are in the space of workflows and document management. Now, when we started in 2005-06, when we first started looking at solutions, no one had heard of workflows and document management. Today, everyone has heard about it, and a few people have actually gone into it, invested time and money into building workflow-related solutions that run on top of their ERPs. So what's nice is that our solutions can fit into any industry, because every industry has processes, every business has processes, and we automate and improve the efficiency of those processes. So that for me would be a distinguishing feature.
So in this field, actually it's very unique because we are working in a workflow related, a process related industry. So this is very different to the normal ERP systems, because we go through, we go to the customer and we understand their requirement, and we actually understanding their processes, and we deliver that process.
What are some areas of growth in this field?
Areas of growth would be, I guess, that more companies are looking to automate more processes. They tend to use employees now for more value-adding tasks rather than the menial tasks such as data entry. And our role, therefore, then becomes how we allocate, how we monitor, allow an organization to maintain checks and balances of the quality of work rather than just simply getting the work done. So that's a trend, that's where it's moving. Those are maybe a few key differences.
So in this field, actually more AI component will come into the system, so that the users currently the most of the softwares are data entry driven and user interface driven. But when we allocate more AI component, so that will ease of everyone's life.
How do you stay updated and relevant?
Okay, so technology is a tough field to stay updated and relevant because there are new things being discovered every day. I mean, if you look at even the technology we use, there are newer versions coming in daily. However, from my perspective, I think what I look at being relevant is seeing how I can apply technology to improve the solution we deliver to a customer. So one of the things we do is we generally visit Connect Tech Asia regularly. In fact, it is on. We've been there twice before. It's generally in Singapore, and it's on right now. And I've logged in online and been a part of some of the exhibits, some of the discussions, some of the forums. That's one way that we try and keep updated and try and keep up to date with new and emerging things, and we try and implement them in our solutions.
So stay updated. So it's a good question, because in this industry, the new technology, new things come in every day. So you need to be aware of what are the new things coming through the industry, and technical background of that, you need to know those things. So basically you need it's Google is the best way to find out those things. So if you are a technical guy, it's better to go through the Google. You just play with that and work with that. That will the best way. Even for me, I learn everything through Google. And yes, as Jehan mentioned, that we work couple of overseas clients, and how they works and how they use technologies, that will also help for us to work.
If you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out, what would it be?
Do a lot of self-research. Find areas that interest you, because software is a consuming industry. You've got to immerse yourself in it. You've got to be good. You've got to be the best at doing something. That's where your value to an organization comes through. So whether you're a solutioning guy, whether you're a developer, whether you're a BA, get into detail, understand, and always understand the business context of technology that you provide. So that's a critical bit of advice that I think I can give to someone who is new and coming into the industry.
So someone is new, I would like to say just do something. Like when it comes to this industry especially, do something your own before come to the industry. Go find a client, do a small software for them, and see how you can, what you can do with that.
What differences do you see in each other as business personalities?
Okay, so yeah, Dinesh and I, if you would like two ends of a spectrum, I'm hot-tempered, Dinesh is generally cool, I lose my temper frequently, he doesn't. And he's one person, one of the few people I think at office who doesn't mind telling me that I was wrong, and he'll say, no, you know, if I feel you're wrong, I'm going to say it. So we have, I mean, a pretty, what should I say, strong working relationship in the fact that I think Dinesh can also feels, I think he can call me out at times when he feels that I'm not being fair by him or his team. He's very protective of his team, like a mother hen with her chicks. Dinesh, what do you think about it?
Yeah, that's the part of my job, to make sure that the people will work because Jehan is always like he's like
you can say it. Yeah, I push. I guess I push.
He's getting angry every time. That's how he is. But don't. Basically, I'm not taking that seriously. But when it comes to the other guys who take that seriously, so I need to be manage the situation.
Maybe fodder for sing. Okay. So it's a combination that works. So because in the end we do deliver solutions. So I push and then Dinesh pushes back. And within that we find a middle ground. I think that solutions get delivered.
Yeah. For my perspective, actually, I always stand what is right, I feel. So
okay, let's agree to disagree on
that. Boss who advised me, or even a junior guy, well, I feel that the junior guy is correct, so I will always.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What advice would you give each other?
Oh, okay. So I think my advice to Dinesh would be that he needs to also work on raising his profile in the industry, because he's done a lot in terms of solutions. I think Dinesh has provided solutions to a couple of key banks. He runs a solution for DFCC, Standard Chartered Bank, Ceylon Bank, Union Bank, who are customers. He works with people like HEMAS, LOLC, NCL, high quality, blue chip clients who we deliver solutions for. And Dinesh runs all those solutions. So sometimes I feel Dinesh doesn't assert himself enough in certain technical situations. So that is probably my advice to Dinesh.
So my advice to Jehan is, now he is trying to do everything himself. So I would like him to like give a little bit authority to others to work independently, and you can oversee things, Jehan. But like what you are doing is now you always try to do things yourself. So that will sometimes that the person's work with you will not take the responsibility because of that.
How do you handle stress?
Well, I think I have theatre as one of, or had theatre as one of my stress busters. That would maybe 1-2 productions here gave me an outlet where I could escape from work and focus on the play, on the creativity. That helped a lot. Right now, I think cycling is one of my stress reliefs. So I get on the bike and I'm on my own with my thoughts. I can put my head in order. Sometimes even I'm lucky that I can think up solutions to technical problems that we're having or solution related problems we're having. So probably the bike right now, and because I ride quite a bit, that is my major stress sort of buster right now.
So working with this industry stress is a normal thing. So you have to, if you are a newcomer, if you want to come here, you have to work with that stress. Because we deliver solution, there are delivery dates, there are delivery times. You can't say to the customer, I can't do this right now. So
especially with all the power cuts and everything we've been going through, we've still got to deliver on time, because if you don't, customers will then delay giving you new orders.
So even not only that, even like we in technology industry, whatever happen, like you can't say no, this is working. Sometimes this working, it's not working. So you can't identify.
But what do you do to beat stress? You put your phone off.
No.
Or don't take my calls.
That's not entirely true.
Yeah,
but
Dinesh does.
No.
He puts his phone off, and that's his stress buster, because then he doesn't have me telling him, Dinesh, we have to do this. Dinesh, we are late on this. Dinesh, what about that? Have you thought of this? No. So yeah, I guess he puts his phone
actually,
off.
I use that time period to find out what the issues is. Right? So maybe you.
So you do have a way of putting your phone off for me and answering for calls from other people. That's something I've always thought he has.
Maybe. But I need to answer, because when you call and you are looking for an answer. So I have to find the answer before I answer to your calls.
Fair enough.
So no point of I just take the phone and say, oh Jehan, sorry, I don't know. I will check and come back to you. I don't like to give that answer to anyone.
Correct. I don't like to give that answer to clients either.
So maybe I find different way to find the answer.
And then you answer my call once you have the answer.
Yes.
I guess fair enough. But so I don't know, do you do anything particularly to sort of relieve stress? Because yes, I agree with you that we live in a very stressful industry, and it's stressful times over and above that as
maybe
well.
I used to maybe work with
what do you do to sort of get rid of that stress?
So
I actually don't know.
I actually do much about that things, right? I watch films, I travel, I do those things, but I don't know. I handle things. I don't know. It's automatically handled. I have that mentality. I can
take stress.
Take that.
Yeah. Well, if he's worked with me for 16 years,
yes.
He has to be.
Maybe that's the case.
That may be part of this.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you define success?
Interesting question. How do I define success? Dinesh, would you like to go first on that one? Success for you.
For me, actually, success is money, make a good family life, make children. That's the success. Okay. I don't know.
So you're saying you work to live,
yes.
and if you basically can have a good quality of life.
I'm coming from a poor family background, so the success for me is to go to the different levels, like okay. So that's my success.
I guess there is an element in what Dinesh says in how I look at success as well. I guess there are certain things I'd like to achieve in life, and to be able to afford them, I guess being able to afford them is one part of success. But I also have another side of me, which is I sing, I direct, act. I have a theatre company with my wife Nidra. Nidra is actually the CEO and the managing director of this company as well. So we work together. So for me, the fact that we have managed to stay together for 22 plus years now and run both the office, the theatre company, bring up 2 children. My kids are now 20 and 18. So we've managed to, bring them up and have a good time while doing it. I mean, overall, if you ask me, in the last 20 years, that has been, the general thing has been good. So that for me would be, I think, success. So it's not too far from what you said as well. Although, we see a lot of each other, or we do tend to work long hours. Success is probably for me also sort of, based on what we can do and what we want to do that we can do in our personal lives, I guess. Yeah. So travel, and afford things that we need to, want to, I guess.
What do you think about this program?
I think it's actually a lovely idea because I am known mainly as a theatre practitioner. Quite a few people are surprised when I say, I actually do a day job and work defining solutions, IT solutions, software solutions. So it gives us an opportunity to, come on board and tell our story to an extent.
Yeah.
I've got a lovely team. Actually, Dinesh is one part of a 4-man team at office that's been together for 15 years, and that's one of our huge strengths. So Nidra, Dinesh, Suni, and Dimuthu. I know they don't mean too much to you all, but for that team has stayed together for 15 years, and that's a strength. And I think that continuity, that understanding, and between the 5 of us, we have good domain knowledge, good industry knowledge, and good solutioning knowledge, as well as enough knowledge and understanding for us to manage ourselves, because we're very different personalities. If you look at the 5 of us, we're very different. So how we manage to sort of work together, and despite our differences in temperament and how we handle things, our outlook, I think that would be what I.
And this kind of program will help to a small business to show what they can do.
Correct. So if someone watching this and says, okay, look, they look like interesting people, maybe we'd give them a chance and we'll invite them to come and pitch for a solution. So see, we are known in the banking and financial services industry. So a lot of the banks have heard of us. We've pitched to most banks. We've been successful with some. We've not been successful with some. But there are other sectors of the economy. We are just getting into a couple of new sectors, and people are saying, look, how come we've never heard of you? You've not heard of us because we've never been featured on a program like this previously. So for us, it's a pretty interesting thing.
Not only that, in the situation of the country, because we always go to import everything. So there are a lot of guys who can do things here.
Correct.
So, but people doesn't know about the.
Yes, so if you don't mind a plug, I mean, we offer workflow, document management, decision support solutions. If you're watching this show and you have a requirement, you want to make your processes more efficient, call one of us, call both of us. We'll come and help you to improve your processes, make your employees more efficient and effective, and we'll keep them happy as well. So that's what we do.